I'm in Willoughton, whatever. I'll pronounce it as Willington, but it's Willoughton. Blyborough is just over there. I walked all the way here I walked all the way to Blyborough from Graham, and I walked all the way to Graham from Curtin, and I walked all the way from Blyborough to Willoughton, because Blyborough is a lot like Grayingham and Northope in that it's not very big. It's just a bunch of fields, a bunch of houses next to each other. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but Willington, I read from the maps that Willington has a town hall, a village hall, and it's just slightly bigger than other villages. So I decided to check it out. I also want to check out the St Andrew's Church here in Willoughton, because in Blyborough, forget the name. The church in Blyborough is locked with a padlock, and I think the vicar has the key. So, this road that we're on now is called Vicarage Road. So maybe the vicar lives over here in Willoughton. No. It's a shame that I can't get into the church in Blyborough because it has 2 naves. So maybe one nave is a tomb of some sort, or I don't know. But, I'm guessing that big building over there, if you can see, is either a manor house or it's the village hall. I don't know. Maybe that's like a manor house over there, or like a big farmhouse, if you can see it. It's got this sweeping valley. Come over here now. We're at the very end, I think. Vicarage Road. So maybe the vicar of Blyborough lives here in Willoughton, or Willoughton, something like that. It must be Anglo-Saxon, I presume. There is a lot more people here in Willoughton than there is in Blyborough, as I can hear them. Yeah, there's a lot more people. Look, all on the streets here. Nice, makes a nice change. It makes a very nice change from just walking on the side of the road, actually street, so this means that it's definitely a lot bigger. Maybe there's like a centre here in Willoughton than there is, because Blyborough, Northope and Grayingham are just that houses next to fields. You know, there's no town centre, it's just pretty much just like, it's a mixture of old buildings and new builds all lumped together in just the middle of a field, and there's absolutely no socialising. I mean, at Northope there's just like one big park in the centre of the thing. There's no socialising, so hopefully there's maybe like something here. So I'm guessing maybe is that the village hall, or is that just a manor house? Yeah, I think that's just a house, yeah, so it's definitely just like some big house that's not the village hall. So I wonder what the village hall is. Maybe it's something in here. I have to go see. I want to see where the church is, but I guess probably find the church sooner or later, because, you know, churches have big spires, and, well, I'm guessing because we're in England it's going to be Anglo-Saxon and medieval due to North Lincolnshire, because here in North Lincolnshire this is where some of the first churches in England were constructed, as in York That's where Emperor Constantine I of the Roman Empire was crowned, and Emperor Constantine introduced Christianity into the Roman Empire. So the first churches in England were built here in North Lincolnshire, and of course they then carried on. But churches here in North Lincolnshire are very distinctive, as they are fortified churches, because North Lincolnshire is, well, the whole of Lincolnshire, to be honest, and Yorkshire, is quite near the North Sea, where Sweden and Denmark are. And of course, back in those days, Sweden and Denmark were the Vikings were from, and the Vikings came over here and pillaged England. And so the first churches here were fortified churches. They had big towers to keep the Vikings away. So that's probably what St Andrews here in Willoughton is going to be like, a big fortified building. But yeah, looking at Willoughton, it's a lot bigger than other places. It's a lot bigger. Honeysuckle Lodge. A school. Yep. Willingborough has a school. So that's a lot bigger than most places. Wilborough Village Hall. I expected it to be like some old places, but no. Licensed in pursuit of an Act of Parliament for public music, singing and dancing, other public entertainment on Lincoln Hand. Thankful. So we found the village hall. Where's St Andrews? Well, I think that pretty much, that answers my question. Church Street, and here we have the memorial. There it is. So it's not built like a defensive church. Maybe it's I don't know, an earlier, a later construction, maybe. In ever grateful remembrance of the men of Willoughton who fell in the Great War. QMS May Tom May. JB Catley, Edward T. Brocklesbury, Douglas Catley, Donald Catley, Percy Fenton, Fred Harrison, Arthur Howden, Fred Page, James Pogson, and Charles H. Slight. Reginald B.T. Cliff, John H. Dent. And that's it. Willoughton is a lot bigger than any other place. I wonder if it has a pub here. That's one thing that both Northorpe, Blyborough and Greyingham Black is a pub. They're either new builds or they're old builds, all together in a field. There's a man there. He's construction, but he's actually construction stuff that's quite old. I think I actually drove through this place. Because I remember that post office. Well, I don't think there's a post office anymore. Doesn't mean look at it, but I think we actually drove through this place. Yeah, I think there's a pub here. I think down here there's a pub. I think it's called, what, the Nelson? Horatio Nelson, something like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah, Stirrup Inn. Called the Black Sheep and the Stirrup Inn. Is that what it's called? I have to get closer. Yeah. Oh, the Black Sheep Great Yorkshire Beer at the Stirrup Inn. So is the Black Sheep like a beer brand? Is it? Or is it just... An old cottage there, tucked away in there. Yeah, I definitely do remember this place. We definitely drove in through it before. Holgate Hill. Middle Street, and then we have the old typical country conjoined houses. I'm guessing this must be the old village hall, because the current village hall looks very, very new, so maybe this is like the old village hall. Maybe it's like an old Methodist church. It kind of does look like a Methodist church or a Baptist church. Let's see. The gallery. That's weird. So what, it was like an art gallery back in the day? Ah. There's a plaque like that. Primitive Methodist Chapel, rebuilt AD, well, let's say up there, 18 something, I don't know. But yeah, it is a Methodist church, I was right. Ah, the old chapel. So what, is like a house now, or two houses, or conjoined houses? I think I'll show you the church now. I'm showing you that old church, but now I'll show you St Andrews. Yes. There it is, St Andrews. A very, very weird spire. It looks very, very medieval. Maybe it's like a late build. Because most churches in North Lincolnshire are of Anglo-Saxon construction, or are based on Anglo-Saxon construction, such as the church in Northorpe, which was built in the 15th century, yet looks like a fortified church with the tower. So maybe this the church here in Willoughton is later construction, maybe constructed after William took power. You know, after when England was kind of at peace, and we weren't getting raided by the Vikings every 5 minutes. So maybe that's what the churches. We'll see if it's locked, and maybe if it is locked we can get the key to it. Churches usually here have like a plaque, have like a notice board outside of it saying if you want to get in, the keys at so and so. That's usually the house right next door or somewhere, so maybe that has it, or maybe it's locked with a padlock like Blyborough. There's again. Sort of coat of arms, maybe it's like a military symbol. Here we are. St Andrews of Willoughton. I really like the gates. Must be like wagon wheels or something like that. Very weird, very small as well. Well, again, most churches in English towns and villages are quite small. Up there. J. Baffett Vicar, white cleric with child who I can't read. Gone. Oh, it's open. Nice. Very, very dark. But, it's actually bigger on the inside. Oh, it's locked. It's locked. But you can kind of see. You can see inside of it. You just can't go in it because it's locked. Maybe it says where the key is. Yeah, that's not. Or maybe it's up a pad. Anyway, this is that is the church.